everyone, don't forget to hear before we begin. Don't forget to comment, leave a like, and hit the subscribe button and let us begin on Cinderella Phenomenon, because it's phenomenal. I went there. Yes, I did. I know. The two exchange another look, which only makes me more frustrated. They are obviously keeping secret, and right in front of me. We'll tell you once everything falls into place. Don't worry, Princess. We would never let you be put in any danger. The silence is what ends our conversation. I make my way back to my room, feet heavy. I feel like a fly caught in a spider's web. I try my best to clear my mind as I return to my room. Oh, God. How are we doing with those deeds? Not well. The days go by slowly, and I make no progress with my curse. Karma is busy with the knights today, and Delora and Buffet are busy talking with Rumple about his curse in his room. Tonight is the perfect night to go and wander the town by myself. I need to see if I can find out anything. I need to see if I can find out anything about the witches and what is happening around the kingdom. Delora and Parfait are not going to tell me anything, and no one has wanted to take me out of the margin since the kidnapping attempt. These thoughts spiral helplessly around in my mind as I sit at a table. I have just finished working for the day, and the activity in the market is beginning to wind down. Garland stands at the door as the last few customers leave the market. Jurian is walking around the room to make sure that there are no problems. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice two men pause halfway across the room to glance back at her. I can overhear their words from where I am. Shame that she's a knight, eh? She's the proud type, too proud to let a man dote on her. Really shame indeed, but do you think if I try to say something to her? You too. Garland is suddenly standing behind the two men, an uncharacteristically dark glare on his face. Is there a problem? Doors are closing for the night. I'm going to ask you to please leave. No need to be so uptight, lad. We're on our way out now. The two men walk out, and Garland stands in the middle of the tavern area, glaring after them. He more or less pushed them out of the tavern. If Anise had seen that, she probably had scolded him. Garland? You okay? Of course. Just think you can fool me? I've known you long enough to know that something's bothering you. Neither of the knights seem to notice me here. If they do, they ignore me. Jurian is still looking instantly at Garland, who looks down at the floor. Is he going to say something to her? Garland says nothing, though. He looks at a loss for words. ¿Qué pasa?
Voy, bebé.
Okay, have fun.
Al rato vengo.
Okay.
Te pones, voy a llegar como a las 10 de la noche. Te pones busa.
Okay.
Con tu hermana.
Got it. Be safe. Garland says nothing, though. He looks at a loss for words. Finally, Jurian reaches out and pokes his shoulder. He looks up, startled. Still the same as always, the silent, watchful knight. One says things with certainty when he knows they're the truth. Even the princess is waiting for you to say something. Both knights turn to look at me, and Garland seems surprised. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he hurriedly looks away. Patrol is starting soon. I'll head out first. Okay, stay safe. Garland nods at her, with a little smile before he leaves the tavern. Going to sleep soon, princess? I was just going to head up. I stand up and get ready to move up to my room, but stop once more to look at Jillian. Did you hear what those men were saying? Oh, about me being too proud or something? So she did hear them, but chose to say nothing. It doesn't bother me, they're right. I've been independent for a long time, and I would never think about pledging my safety to a man I barely know. I can take care of myself. Blunt and to the point, Jillian was really admired for that honesty in that palace. The only other men I've trusted before are my fellow knights, Scarlet most of all, since we've always been partners. Oh, that's weird. She does not explain any further. I decide that it is for the better. The sooner everyone has cleared out, the sooner I can leave the Martian. Tonight is the night I go looking for answers. Be careful, girl. Oh my gosh. What are you wearing? You look like a penguin. Sorry, Karma. But I can handle myself. I am going to prove it tonight. I may not be able to fight, but I can still be cautious enough to not land myself into trouble. Still, I do not happen to hear much of anything as I am exploring the town tonight. I should have brought along some kind of weapon, but then I would have to steal a knife from the kitchen, and I am not a thief. Hours pass before I pass a tavern filled with knights. Deciding that I will at last listen to what is happening at the palace, I linger by the open door and listen to what the men are saying. I hear that young Fritz is having a hard time of it. I feel bad for the lad. Even Sir Alcester thinks he's gone mad. Well, he does keep talking about a princess that doesn't exist. Oh, does that mean he's cursed? Fritz still remembers me, but how? Even his father is growing weary of his blabbing. Sir Mythos forced him on break the other day. He didn't seem happy. Well, Sir Mythos must think he's crazy too, poor Fritz. He must be cursed if he can remember me. Can you keep a secret? The knight looks at each other, and I lean as close as I possibly can. Apparently the boy spoke some truth. Although Sir Alcester doesn't quite believe it, he's looking for the daughter of the previous queen. Eh? The witch had a daughter? The previous queen? Are they talking about mother? How dare they call her a witch? Apparently she did, though I don't ever remember such a girl. This is top secret stuff. I just happened to wrestle this out of one of the lackeys looking for her. What would Sir Alcester need this girl for? I'm assuming she's dangerous, and that they want to get rid of her. Are they talking about me? Maybe. Or they could also be talking about Emma, but she's not missing. I'm curious, how are we supposed to find this imaginary princess anyways? Does she have any features? I described her features. Last man who went looking for her said she wore a special pendant around her neck. Oh! I should get out of here. I turn to leave the tavern, but my clothes snags on the door and falls to the floor, tipping me up in the process. I end up falling halfway into the tavern, where the chatter abruptly stops. Is that— oh, a lady. The knights that were talking approach me. One of them picks up my cloak. I attempt to grab my cloak from their fingers, but they pull it away from me, and I stumble into one of them. Madame? He moves to take my hand, and then he stops when he sees my face. Her face! And a necklace! You think she was spying on us? Witch! One of the knights grabs me by the wrist and pulls me towards him. He is far stronger than the man in the alleyway was. Unhand me right now! I am no witch! Then there should be no problem. We're just going to take you in, and if there's some big misunderstanding, we'll repay you ourselves, miss. No, let me go. This behavior is not fitting of a knight. Come on. Let's try to convince them. Fighting back is useless when I am outnumbered. I have to try convincing them that I am not who they think I am. You are mistaken, sir. I happened to overhear your conversation, and assuming I am some imaginary princess is unreasonable. The knights look at each other. You know, she has a point. She was listening in on our conversation. That's clearly suspicious. Did you not hear what I just said? I happened to overhear it. Nothing more. You were cloaked, as if you were trying to hide your features. Being out at night without a cloak is a sure way to draw attention to a lady such as myself. You know, she has a point. Stop saying that, man! Then, madame, I made the right choice! There should be no problem with us taking you back to the palace. If we are mistaken, we'll clear up the misunderstanding and pay you handsomely. Oh God, just say yes. Come on, let's take her to the palace. And we have no choice. The knights lead me out into the empty streets. Why? Why did I have to be so stubborn? Also, she's aware that she's stubborn. Good for you, Catherine. The knights continue to pulling me down the path until we come to a narrow street. Everyone who sees us walks away to avoid the knights. There is fear in their eyes. But I have done nothing wrong. Madame, if it makes you feel any better, we're risking our rank on this as well. I don't know, I'm suspicious of... Who goes there? What is it? It's a hooded figure. I look up and notice Karma's familiar figure walking towards us. What is he doing here? And why isn't he in his disguise? Gentlemen, I ask you to unhand that woman. As a knight, I would be ashamed to be seen treating a lady so terribly. And who are you? Her husband. I'm okay. Is what? Unhand her, gentlemen, or taste my blade. Sir, we were just going to take her to the palace too. I will give you on the count of 3. One knight keeps his grip on me as the other draws his sword. I stare at Karma, who continues to count, though the knight attacks him before his sword leaves his sheath. Karma and the knight trace blows, but it is Karma that comes out victorious. His blade slices past the knight's shoulder, distracting him enough to give Karma the opening he needs. Go, Karma! Karma reaches back with his free hand to knock the knight out with a blow to the head. It may just be my imagination, but for a few moments I think I see the knight's blade glimmer across the surface of Karma's hand before he falls. The knight holding me holds up his hands in surrender. I yield, sir. It seems no matter how the situation turns out, you are dishonorable. Please, sir. Did he just... Yes. Karma knocks him out and then stands beside me as he sheathes his sword. Karma, A few moments, Catherine. Karma spends some time forcing a potion down a vial. What? Karma spends some time forcing a potion from a vial down each of the knight's throat. I watched him quietly, fearing that he might have killed them, but the knights only seemed to be asleep. A potion that Parfait gave me. It will make the men forget they ever saw you. When Karma stands up, I notice the glimmer of blood on his hand and stare. You're hurt. It's nothing. I am sorry. Come on, princess, let's go back. He pulls me right out onto the main street and does not let go of my hand. I cannot bring myself to speak. Karma has saved me twice now. Not only that, but this time he is injured. He says it's nothing, but his bloody hand does not move at all. Why do I have to be so stubborn and insist I can handle myself? Because you're not a damsel in distress, that's why. I do not speak for a long time. Eventually, I notice people start to stare. Though, before long, the staring grows worse. Young women begin following us, giggling from behind. I turn to Karma, who looks like he hasn't slept in days. Karma? Sorry, princess, but I'm not in the mood to talk. Those girls are walking right behind us. This is... his curse? Karma? Catherine, I just said that I am in no mood to talk. Do you not hear me? We are being followed. He stares behind us, almost stupidly, and then laughs hollowly when the girls see his face. They start to rush towards us, their voices rising and blending together into a horrendous cacophony. I have no idea what that is. Karma isn't moving, though. He looks resigned. Maybe he is too tired to realize what he wants to do. I tighten my grip on Karma's hand and pull him away. My pace quickens to a run as the girls chase after us, screaming at me angrily for taking Karma away from them. Catherine, what are you doing? Getting us out of here? Catherine. I lead him through the town and into a little nook and crannies where we manage to lose some of the crowd. Karma often led me through some of the spaces and shortcuts. Waltz knew them too. Once we are alone again, I stop, falling to my knees and letting go of Karma's hand as I catch my breath. That really was a curse, having to run away from so many mindless women. That was difficult. Catherine? What? I did not mean to snap, but the tiredness is pressing on me too. You helped me out of that. Of course I did. Why would I want to be chased by girls? You could have left me behind and gone on alone. Instead, you helped me. You helped me too. I guess I paid you back. Though, to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about repaying him for saving me. I just knew that I didn't want Karma to be stuck trying to fend off all those girls. Honestly, that would have been hilarious. Just saying. It was right about his curse. That is terrible. I just realized something. Karma kneels down beside me and waits for me to speak. My curse has people forget me, and yours has even strangers become fascinated with you. It's almost like our curses are opposite of each other, and yet we seem so similar. Because we're friends. My eyes widen when I realize what I just said. We are similar, aren't we? He holds out his good hand to me, and I let him lead me back to the tavern through the abandoned alleyways. My feet are heavy, and all I want to do is sleep, but suddenly Karma is standing before me, his face grave. Catherine, I have to thank you for helping me earlier. I'm sorry I froze like that and made it more difficult on you. It was so sudden, and I was so tired I had no motivation to move. Shouldn't I be thanking you? I'll accept your thanks, even though I wish you didn't have to thank me in the first place. You should not have gone out on your own when you know how dangerous it could be for you. I am sorry. Not really, because I am stubborn and headstrong. I'll accept your apology too, because I lost sleep over this. Oh gosh. I have no words for how I feel right now. Princess. What is it? What are you doing? Karma reaches for my hand again, and this time he holds it up and kisses the back of it. Suddenly, all of my tiredness falls away. You really are a handful. What? How dare you, sir? I am not a handful! But a delicate handful. I am going to bandage this hand and then rest. We'll speak later about all of this, okay? But the blood. The bleeding stopped on its own, Catherine. But it does need to be treated. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Are you sure? As sure as I can be. I don't lie. Not even for the sake of a pretty lady. Karma lets my hand go as soon as we enter the Martian, and then bows politely to me before heading back to his room. I watch him go, my mind whirling. Does he usually kiss a woman's hand? I hope not. Think of all the germs. Think of all the germs, Catherine. No, I don't think so. But the germs! Chapter 2, Matchmaking? Is that what it says, matchmaking? You are a handful, but a delightful handful. His words kept repeating in my head. I cannot stop hearing his voice and feeling his lips on my hand. He's your friend. Don't you dare fall in love with him, because the last person who fell in love with you died, Catherine. He died. Chewie died. Don't do it. Don't do it. My face feels warm, and every time I think about his words, my heartbeat feels unsteady. No! Don't do it! It's a trap! I really have to stop thinking about that. Karma is karma, and he puts on that overly polite act with everyone. But then I am pretty sure I have never seen him do something like that with another person. Oh gosh. I'll just go downstairs and stop thinking about all of this. I need to tell Parfait and Delora what happened. Do you? Because of the time I'd returned to the Martian yesterday, I never spoke to anyone about what happened. Maybe someone's downstairs. Someone usually is. I leave my room and make my way downstairs to the reception. Okay. It is quiet when I enter, but not as silent as I thought it would be. Karma is sitting at one of the tables, speaking quietly with Parfait and Delora. His injured hand is sitting on the table, bandaged. I cannot help but stare at it, my heart plummeting. His injury is my fault. So you have yet to hear the entire story? No, I'm afraid I'm not quite privy to the information Waltz has. Is that correct? Waltz has been directly involved in this far longer than you have. What about Waltz? Oh gosh, I messed up with their voices. Yay! Princess, you're up early. They all turn to look at me as I stand at the table. Karma still looks tired and is not in his dress. He looks somber but still smiles at me. Catherine, how nice of you to join us. When did he start saying my name without my title? I don't know. Catherine, you've run into a lot of different mishaps this week, haven't you? No. I thought you would be stubbornly avoiding work. Instead, you go out of your way and to get yourself into trouble. This involves me directly. How would I not be curious? You've also been irresponsible, sneaking out without any of us knowing. I have the freedom to do whatever I want. I even wore a cloak too. Oh no, the cloak! I left it at the door. I feel a nudge at my arm, and Karma is holding out my cloak with a tired smile. Oh, when did you have time to get it? You went back to get this? When? Yesterday, when you were still in bed. You've been running yourself dry these last few days, Karma. It's nothing. Thank you, I guess. What is it? What's this? Our ice princess is thanking someone? Why is that something so strange? Oh, come on now. She's not so icy. Catherine is more fire than anything. She's filled with unbridled passion and confidence. Confidence that has gotten me nowhere so far.